the dark truth behind Chernobyl. What if I told you the biggest nuclear disaster in history wasn't just an accident? Behind the radioactive clouds and Soviet silence lies something darker, a perfect storm of ego, cover-ups, and one seriously bad idea disguised as progress. Chernobyl wasn't just a scientific failure. It was human arrogance, communist secrecy, and bad engineering. Getting drunk together and blowing up. And no, it wasn't caused by a nuclear bomb. But the truth? Oh, it's way worse. Stick around, because what happened at 1:23 a.m. on April 26, 1986, will make you question everything you know about power, both nuclear and political. Let's go back. April 1986. A small Soviet town called Pripyat. It looked like the future. Modern buildings, young families, and free apartments, all built to serve one shining star, Chernobyl nuclear power plant, the USSR's pride. And spoiler, its biggest mistake. In reactor number 4, Soviet engineers were prepping for a safety test. Yes, a safety test. They wanted to see if the turbines could keep generating power during a blackout. Simple, right? Except they disabled safety systems, ran it at night, and ignored multiple warnings. Why? Because the test had already failed 3 times. This time, they had to make it work, at any cost. Fast forward to 1:23 a.m. The reactor is unstable. Operators panic. Then, boom! The reactor explodes. Wait, what? Reactors aren't supposed to explode. They're designed not to, unless you're using the RBMK design, a Soviet innovation that made Chernobyl a literal time bomb. Imagine building a car without brakes, then blaming the driver when it crashes into a kindergarten. The explosion hurls a 1,000-ton steel lid into the air. Radioactive debris rains down like hellfire, and still, no one tells the public. People stood on rooftops, watching the glow like it was the Northern Lights. Kids played in radioactive ash. Firefighters ran toward the flames in regular gear. No protection. They thought it was just a fire. But the fire? It was fighting back with invisible bullets, gamma rays. Radiation sickness set in fast. Skin burned. Organs failed. Some men were dead within days. And guess how long it took to evacuate the town? 36 hours. 36 hours of silence. 36 hours of exposure. 36 hours of unforgivable negligence. And the lies didn't stop there. The Soviet government downplayed the damage. Meanwhile, radiation reached Sweden. Before Moscow admitted anything. And here's a fun fact. They kept using the same reactor design, even after the explosion, because why change something that only melted one continent? But Chernobyl wasn't just a disaster. It was a crack in the Iron Curtain, a crack that let the world see the rot underneath the red flag. Today, Reactor 4 is sealed in a concrete sarcophagus. But the truth keeps leaking. Chernobyl taught us what happens when science is silenced, when politics overpower people, when pride becomes deadly, and yet we keep building. Bigger reactors, faster systems, newer ways to ignore the lessons of the past. So here's the real dark truth. Chernobyl wasn't the end. It was a warning. And if we keep pretending it was just a Soviet mistake, then we're already living in the sequel. If this made you question even one thing, hit subscribe, because we're just getting started. The past isn't dead. It's still glowing.